Okay, I'm down to the polishy bits now on the idle, and here are some of the notes from what I showed last week. First note is this whole chest area feels like it's kind of locked in camera space, so I'm talking this whole area here. It doesn't move very much. The shoulders move, the midsection moves, the hips move, but if you watch that, the chest itself doesn't move a lot. So the note was, fix that chest as it seems to be kind of locked in camera space, and make sure once you do that, that the head and the neck are still working because they're attached to the chest. Here is the next version that I turned in kind of midweek, and I got a few more notes. And the notes were that that chest still feels locked. It needs to be up, and in the translation up and down needs to increase, and that the hips themselves are actually moving up and down maybe a bit too sharp. So I need to probably smooth those curves, put a little ease out on those curves. And the last note was that maybe I should amp up those shoulders just a bit. And so here is the third pass where I've addressed those issues. Hopefully it's done, but we'll see. I thought I've been done before, but it's definitely getting very, very close. Okay, and if we move on to this attack shot, it certainly looks like a lot of notes, and it is, really, but they're mostly kind of itsy-bitsy little polished notes. I won't list all of them here, but some of the big hitters are here at the beginning. Lifting up the axe all the way up to here just still feels super linear. And you can see some of the drawings that were made on the leg in particular. Probably need to get that leg up into its high point faster so that it can slam down on the ground faster. And that should help ease out some of those linear feelings on that part. And then kind of general overlap throughout the whole thing. Some more overlap here with the whole body at the end. A lot of stuff with the head, where the head needs to drag and follow through. And then finally, right before the pull on this axe, some kind of a mini anticipation where he leans forward before he pulls backwards. All right, here's the second pass where I try to address some of those earlier issues. But I'm now to the point where when I fix something, it often breaks something else. So it becomes this kind of logistical game that you try to play. The notes are getting fewer and fewer, which is good news. But I still am creating issues that weren't there before. So on this one, at the beginning, I need to track a couple of things. I need to track the arc from here, say the tip of the axe, at the same time tracking that arc with the bottom of the axe on this lift up here, because I think you can see here, if you're looking at the tip or the bottom of the axe, there's this real sharp drop, which just kind of takes, kind of draws the eye to it and takes you out of the animation. And there's a little hitch here too. It's a little funky. So I need both of those arcs to be pretty nice and clean. And another note is that this left, or this screen right leg here is still feeling linear as I'm getting up into that. So I guess I need to snap that into its higher pose a little faster. And another big note here was I need to smooth out some of the spacing of the axe here as it's settling in. It's probably going a little bit too fast here. I should probably ease into this last pose a little better. And then finally, back to beginning, the bane of my existence is this elbow, the one that's closest to the camera here, right here. If you track that point throughout this range, it goes out, it comes back in, and then goes out again. So it does kind of this W, I guess, sort of move, which is distracting as it's going up, because you're trying to watch this axe. You're trying to you want a smooth motion here, and I'm really struggling on this one. I've been struggling all week with it. Every time I try to fix it, I either make it worse or I don't solve the problem at all. So if I open up the Maya file, I've got the motion tracker laid out on the elbow, represented by that red dot there, and I think you can see what's happening and what I'm struggling with. The idea I wanted was to get kind of this smooth arc, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe I shouldn't be focusing on that because of what's going on here. The axe is going up, the hand is coming off the axe and repositioning. A lot of things are happening. So maybe instead of just this one continuous arc, I should think about something that's more of a loop. Now, the end of that's kind of bad, but maybe that's better, certainly, than something like that, where here it's going to feel like it hits a wall. And then as far as the new shot goes, last week, the ideas that I had really didn't excite anybody, or me, really. So I kind of went back to the drawing board because I think it's important, especially when you're doing something for, say, your demo reel, that you're animating something that you're excited about or that you enjoy. I think that's going to come across in the animation. So instead of doing something that I wasn't super excited about, I think what I want to do here is something with, say, like a martial artist with some kind of a sword. And that's what I'm showing here is this sword. It's actually Lisa's sword from Animate. That I've just taken the textures off of, and I want it to be kind of a quick move, a cool move, but quick, nothing that's crazy and elaborate, and fairly short. The whole animation taking place in, say, 5 seconds. That's the idea anyway, and that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.